All right. So,
Sorry we're late, and I am off the flipping camera.
oh god, I'm about to get the
Open the chat so I can see who's in there.
Yeah. So this is the live stream. We are doing Michael Myers versus
Pennywise.
versus
But
Pennywise.
who's taking who though?
And so I will be taking Michael Myers in this matchup. And you'll be taking...
So I'll be taking the side of Pennywise.
Yeah, this is a matchup we planned a long time ago. And we had thought about doing it, and then we decided to save it for Halloween. I decided to take the side of Michael Myers. And I saw an early comment on the post I made that someone said Michael Myers, so you might have a tough one here today. Let me open the comments first. Let me,
Saw two in there.
you can say his name as I'm
I mean, as I was actually getting ready for this live stream, I was actually starting to side towards Michael Myers' side a little bit in some of the situations, but ultimately Pennywise is the more powerful entity in this matchup.
Maybe. Now, so far we got Keyjohn Howard, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, what's going on? And Stephen Farrow said, oh great, and then Keyjohn said, I vote Michael Myers. Probably just butcher his name there. But he's going with Michael Myers already. So why don't we start out, why don't you explain who Pennywise is?
Well, obviously Pennywise is from the classic It films in the past, and then most recently, the Pennywise that I'm going to be siding with for the most part, giving examples from, is from the, I believe, 2017 film and 2019 film. I think it was 2019. It was 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
2017, 2019 films of It and It Chapter 2, and that Pennywise, played by, I believe his name was Bill Skarsgård. So he's obviously he looks like a clown, but there's a lot more behind his backstory that I'll get into in my argument here. And again, I think he's super, super powerful, and he's in this matchup. I think he has the upper hand in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I saw a comment that says, I know who he is. Yeah, we figure most people know who Pennywise is, but just to frame the matchup. But basically, Michael Myers, as most of you know, is a psychotic killer who goes around and is probably anywhere from, probably around 6 foot tall, but it's just an absolute monster. He goes around, an absolute powerhouse. He's one of the most iconic characters in all of Halloween movies. Did you question that he was 6 feet tall or what? Probably 6 foot, right?
I mean, you should have done the measurements before you said
I know, well, yeah, call me out now, okay. So probably anywhere from 6 foot to 6'5", honestly, and is an absolute monster. And Kylo, do you have something to say to the stream here?
No.
Who
I
do
mean,
you
you
think
could-
wins,
Wait,
Michael
wait,
Myers
wait.
or Pennywise?
We're seeing if who Kylo thinks will win this matchup. You're not framing it.
Kylo Ren thinks who wins, Pennywise or Michael Myers?
Pennywise.
All
1 to 1.
well, yeah. So we will do a final vote at the end, but basically Michael Myers is up there with Jason as one of the most iconic characters. I know that's been a classic matchup, but basically Michael is iconic and is an absolute tank. Now, why don't you get into the strengths of the Pennywise?
I mean, I think Pennywise, one of the biggest things is he can shapeshift and he can play as a lot of different characters, and he can. It's not even that he can be more than one thing at once. Because I mean, just looking at the films, there's multiple times where he's able to almost like put on almost like a Thanos like move where like he has a whole setting around him that's not really there. Just like how Thanos had the
Reality
whole
Stone.
scene where with the Reality Stone, where he had a whole thing playing out with this guy waving and when he's actually dead. But then in Pennywise's case, just to give one scenario with Richie's character, there's an entire like field of people. They have this huge statue chasing after him. All these people are around. Also with the Bill, or what's his name? Who's the bigger kid?
Oh,
And
Bill.
No, or Ben. Ben, when he's in the library, everyone in the library is like staring at him at one scene. It's just like the way that Pennywise is able to use things around the environment and around the setting to ultimately like build into his like kills and his attacks, and the way that he manipulates, he can manipulate very well. And I think because of that, that's another very strong positive for him. And I also think the fact that he's not a human is a big advantage in this fight because he's not human.
Yeah.
Michael Myers is.
That is an interesting thing, that you said he's human, but is he really? I mean, he gets shot off a balcony, he gets stabbed in
He's
the
human.
eye, and as someone just mentioned in the comments, Manolita Cordova Halloween Kill trailer just mentioned that. We did see a new trailer for that, and he is shown to be to survive a burnt down house. Now you see a fire truck moving towards it, but he gets trapped in a basement with a hand chopped off, with a house burning down, and still survives. But
Well, just to argue at that point, and just one particular situation right here, in the first It movie in 2017, I believe Beverly stabs It right in the face with a like iron like rod right through his face, and his eye is literally like up, like hanging off, and he's like dripping like blood and stuff, and he's totally fine. He's like laughing, moving around, and he can take lots of hits. I mean, towards the end of that movie, he's getting stabbed left and right, he's getting shot, and he can also make people absolutely just stop on a dime, because there's a scene where a character
Okay,
says,
you want to mention the deadlights, right?
well, I'll say that for later, but no, it's fine, I'll say it.
Well, yeah, but to my defense, he is fighting a bunch of 10-year-old kids. So
In the
you
first
know,
one, in the first
for,
one, not in the
for
second
him to
one.
be fighting off a bunch of little kids, that's what Pennywise.
Not in the second
that's
one.
what Pennywise is used to dealing with.
In the-
little
in-
kids.
in the
but
s- in the
Michael
second one-
Myers, Michael. No,
In
let
the
me
second
finish,
one,
let me
in,
finish. Hey, let me finish.
in the
yeah.
second one, he's fighting the adult forms.
He is. But
Thank you.
he's used to attacking kids. That was out of his element with the adults, and he actually lost. But he even lost to the kids. Michael Myers is used to
He
dealing
lose.
with grown men. He takes hits with a flippin' wrench, or not even a wrench, a crowbar in the first one. Gets hit in the face multiple times. No, not even phased. Is able to rip people's teeth out, just destroy people, slam people against the wall. He's an absolute force in a tank. And as you see in this scene, I can't mention this live stream. And you see him putting on his mask, and he instills fear into anyone he looks at.
Michael
Well,
Myers.
let's hit some comments first before we move on. Okay, so Key John, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Said dang right to the, I guess the Halloween Killer trailer is I guess what you're talking about. Then Steven said I vote Pennywise.
You're good, Steven.
Nolito said Pennywise, sorry, written in a different language. Michael Myers versus Jason something crying face. I don't know exactly what you're saying. That's a different language. Tapping. But I don't know exactly what you're saying in different language. But that is an interesting matchup.
Golly.
Michael Myers versus Jason. But why don't you you want to mention the
Well,
deadlines?
so first off, I just want to mention a point you just made about Michael Myers and how he can take a lot of hits. Well, if you think about it, he couldn't even grab this one girl as she's slipping around in her socks. The fact that he takes a long time to kill her, if you can't take out a weak teenager girl in socks slipping around her room,
He did though.
but it took him some work.
Stabbed her.
It took him a lot of work, and the fact that he couldn't do that, and he puts himself in a lot of dangerous situations because, in particular, in the Halloween movie in 2018, he walks right into a moving car. Which
Michael?
Michael, he
He
walks
wanted
right.
to. It was all part of his plan.
Yeah, he wanted to get run over by a car, and then he also puts him. Not only that, he puts himself in a lot of dangerous situations. He puts himself right in front of a moving car, and also when he knows a girl has a gun, he stands in the most wide possible form at the top of his stairwell, letting someone shoot him perfectly. Like the fact that he does that, I mean, Pennywise would take advantage of that in a heartbeat, and Pennywise would not even need to use his most powerful, I guess weapon / like way of like killing someone and taking over someone, which I'll get into in my final statement.
So basically, a big point I forgot to mention is Pennywise feeds off fear, and so in reality, he wouldn't even look the other direction. What?
Mystery's still having a hairball.
Okay. He really wouldn't even look in the direction of Michael because Michael doesn't have any fears. He's not afraid of anything. He is a absolute just black hole. He's not afraid of anything, and Pennywise feeds off people's fears. So he will literally be afraid of nothing. So if this fight did happen, Pennywise would be trying to make any scary thing he could, but in reality, he's not afraid of anything. He has no fears. What? I start yelling at brother? And he has no fears. So ultimately, Pennywise will just be crapping himself because he's like, oh shoot, I can't do anything. And I'll say my final point, but let me get to some comments here. Let's see what the Movie Mania family has to say about this. Steven said, well, yes, but Pennywise is like a god and Michael Myers is like a mutated human. That's interesting. I definitely agree that Michael's a mutated human. Whether Pennywise is a god, I mean,
I agree with that.
There's rumors, or I could see possibly that because of the origin. But then Key John said, just admit it, dude, yep. And then Steven said, yes, Michael Myers doesn't have fear. So that is true there. He
I'll
does
agree.
not have fear.
I'll agree with the point that Pennywise craves fear. I remember, like, there's a lot of scenes where, like, like I think it was Edmund or Eddie is really, really scared, and he's like drooling. He's like dripping, drooling, like because he loves the fear. He loves
Yeah.
the taste of fear. But that all that is just adding to like the taste of the meat in the food because clearly
Hydration.
he's eating a lot of food and a lot of people that were not afraid. Even though my theory about him like saving all those bodies because they weren't afraid.
Oh God.
I'm not getting into that right now. But that doesn't even matter if people aren't afraid because a great example of this is in the first one, I believe, when he gets Beverly to his like lair area, and at that
Spare
point she's
dad.
not afraid anymore because she kind of overcame her fear with her dad before.
Yeah.
But then she wasn't afraid. But guess what? The one device that is the reason why Pennywise wins this fight in this matchup, without a doubt, is the deadlights. Because in that scene, if you look into the deadlights, you're in a state of whatever the word is, hypnosis or whatever, and basically like Beverly's just absolutely just hanging there. It's completely just not even in this world. And then the best example, just when you were saying like he only does it to kids, and the last one with adults, a character is having really like a boss scene like fighting back, and he's about to say like yippee mother, and then he like right before he drops the F-bomb, you hear like this absolute boss sound. Let's see, Michael Myers will be taking some hits and probably
It's a good bass drop. I agree.
Michael Myers could probably get some shots in there with his like cool like electric guitar soundtrack background, but the ultimate sound that would end this fight is that beat drop or bass drop of when you just hear the deadlights and just that absolute Michael just be like hanging in the air and seriously. And that's the thing, we don't really know what fears he has, but obviously he has some kind of fears because every living man and human being has a fear, and I believe Michael Myers is, what's her name, Lori.
Well,
Because why do you think he always goes after her? He might maybe
he's
Pennywise.
definitely not afraid. And that's the thing.
Actually,
Here's my argument for why he's not afraid. So first of all, seems like no feelings. He never talks. He basically has a mission to kill, to attack, and attack. And the other thing is, when he goes on his missions, he has no fear, and it's evident because he will just walk straight down the street. Halloween night, he'll just be walking right down the sidewalk when Pennywise is hiding in the sewers. So Michael Myers will just walk right down the street, no fear, does not care what's happening. He'll just go right up to you and smash your head in, and that's just Michael Myers because he's that much of a boss.
But my point against that, though, with Michael Myers doing that, is that Pennywise what he would do before using the deadlights, which is just an easy win. Honestly, that would just take the fight away, like overall. But he would basically shape or like basically make himself turn into Laurie Laurie Strode.
He's not afraid of her.
And Michael would stop trying to kill her because Michael never really wants to get once he gets to her, he always like doesn't kill her per se. Like I mean, I know he wants to, and that's his goal, but he always draws it out because I think he has like a relationship with her in some shape or some way or form that hopefully we'll get to find out more and more in these upcoming movies.
He definitely wants to kill her.
There's obviously a lot. Well, you think that, but then he's failed at it so many times. So I think that Pennywise would either like make a million Laurie Strodes show up around, and then all of a sudden one would just stab him and just kill him. So that's my prediction.
I mean, Michael has literally been burnt to a crisp and come back before, and obviously Pennywise has been stabbed a lot. But one of my biggest points, I was going to say this for the end, but a big point is that Pennywise was killed, and it's debatable about the exact way that Pennywise was killed. They were throwing insults at him to make him smaller, and obviously in his big form, that was only because he was in the center, his home lair. If this isn't at his home lair, then it's Michael definitely has a better chance. Even if it's at his home lair, you still stand a chance. But really, all they had to do was crush his heart. And once they crushed his heart, that is what actually killed him. So Michael would go in, reach into his chest, rip out the heart, and just crush it. And that would be
but the only
how
reason,
he would win this match.
No, but the only way you get to that point is if he was using fear against him, saying like we're not afraid. That's why he turned into like a baby form
Yeah,
in that scene. And Michael, and that's the thing, you have to say things like that. Michael would never speak.
He could talk though if you wanted.
Michael's never spoke. Michael's never spoke.
He has that in his arsenal.
Well, actually, I take that back. In the last Halloween movie in 2018, they did say a couple times, like, he's like, remember they asked, like, does he speak? He's like, oh, he talks a lot.
Yeah.
And then, but we've never heard him speak on
It's
screen
true.
yet. That's actually what I'm speaking, like, kind of getting away from this argument for a second is, Jimmy Christmas. But getting into that point with why he can't speak, in Halloween, what is it, next October?
Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills, I want to hear what his first word is. Let us know in the comments, guys, what you think the first word will be for Michael Myers.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So
You think it's going to be F? Or
You
you
just
think it's
brought
going
up
to
a
be
couple of great points that I forgot to mention. So basically, when in the first Halloween, or not the first, Halloween 2018, when they pull out Michael's mask, he senses the mask when he turns around. So not only does he have a connection to the mask, but he also has a sixth sense. Even like they mentioned, he said he's very aware. He knows you've been here since you've arrived. So that means he's either has a higher intelligence or he knows everything that's going on and has a really crazy, like almost sixth sense to him that could literally be something major in this battle that we could use. Now, yeah, let me get to some comments. So Steven said, and the only way that Michael Myers is that he needs to destroy the thing that he loves, or I don't know, the thing that he had when he was a kid, I think. Oh, yeah, true. That is interesting. Yeah, I remember in It 2, they had to destroy the thing they cared about.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, yep, Michael Myers versus Pennywise.
Or throw his knife in there.
Yeah, I know. His mask or his knife. Then, someone said, okay, then, and what is behind you? Is that Jason? Oh, yeah, I don't know. We heard something.
We're supposed to be home alone right now.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
So our family's doing like a Halloween party like an hour away.
But then okay, yeah. So basically, that point about him having the sixth sense is definitely something that will be interesting in this battle. Then also, like you said, without him talking, he obviously can talk. I'm pretty sure he's not. He might be a mute, but even though you said,
I thought he said, or was he just saying he's aware?
I think he said he was aware. That is the thing. The guy tried to get him to say something, and he freaking smashed his head in. So that just shows the power that he possesses. And he was able to obviously fucking stick someone to a wall multiple times. That kind of force is just unbelievable.
But Michael Myers can just be very, very just ridiculous. He puts himself in very dangerous situations. Like I said, he walked in the middle of a street where a cop car's coming right at him, that wants to kill him.
There's a bus
walk, but then he stands right in front of a stairwell where literally someone has a gun pointing right up because he knows she has a gun. And then also, there's a scene where there's a cop inside the house, and instead of just walking or hiding in the house and waiting until the cop got out of there, he just easily walks down the hallway, or he could easily have been shot. Remember that scene after he kills the girl in the? You know what I'm talking about?
Which scene?
The scene where he literally just goes, he walks in the hallway, he's like, Michael.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That scene. He just walks and puts himself in a really, really easy kill situation there.
That's the thing, though. He's just not afraid. He's willing to take any damage and just put himself in a line of fire.
Michael, see, you're ripping Pennywise for targeting only kids, which at that point got taken away because he targeted adults in the second one. But Michael targets a lot of women.
Okay, but he's had his fair share of battle with big guys. I mean, not like bodybuilders.
In the last one, what was the biggest guy he took on in the bathroom?
That freaking camera guy in the bathroom. Yeah, that was a big guy.
Oh, he's literally that was not a big matchup.
Okay, I agree. He
targets a lot of older women.
Okay, I agree. He hasn't fought like a freaking massive 7-foot tall bodybuilder, but to be honest, his fighting skills are definitely good, and his strength is proven through multiple kills he's had, where he's literally stuck people to the wall. I mean, that just shows that he has an extreme
I guess Pennywise does target kids in bad situations, like getting that one girl away from the baseball game, and then
he's had some really good champions there.
But he also targets he would have put Michael Myers in a mirror maze scenario where he's just banging his head on glass. And what do you think Michael would be doing in that scene?
He wouldn't even be phased. All right, let's get to some comments. Okay, so, and what is behind you? Okay, I already read this here. I think Pennywise could get a dog and fill the dog with radiation because he literally eats dogs.
Water.
I don't know what's going on, but alright, something's happening. Okay, so Halloween Kill trailer. Yeah, no, we were gonna react to that. I didn't even know if it was real, but he has a massive hit where he's freaking slicing someone. I have to mention one big thing in particular that. While Pennywise makes his little scenarios, where he makes things scary, and change the environment, Michael does all the work himself. He does all the work. He'll set up massive.
But you don't really know what Pennywise is doing.
He'll set people up. He'll carry a gravestone all the way up the tree, carry people all the way around the house in the middle of the night. And
Pennywise does work,
knock a pot down.
Because he has to.
He's a master tactician.
Pennywise, we really don't even know where Pennywise is actually from. We still don't even know that because apparently he was from some asteroid that hit or some kind of
That's true.
Obviously he's not from this planet. He's not from Earth. But hopefully we'll get more backstory. I just want to see what's coming out. But I don't know. Hopefully we'll get more of a backstory on him and see where he's come from. But we know where Michael Myers came from because he was a kid at one point. He killed his mom or his sister
Yeah.
when he was a kid. So we
Yeah, a lot
know
more backstory.
Michael Myers is a human being man. Pennywise, we don't know what the F he is. We don't know where the heck he
We
is.
don't know. We don't really. Yeah, I agree. The backstory on Pennywise is not good, as far as they don't go into much detail at all. Michael, we know a lot more about, but there's still stuff that needs to be explained because he got shot 3 or 4 times and fell off a 2-story building and was out of there. Now it said he went back to a hospital. Hello? Alright. But it said that he goes to a goodness gracious. That missed. It said that he went to a hospital after that, but to be able to survive 4 shots, maybe he's wearing a bulletproof vest, fall off, and then be able to survive a burning building the way he did
Burning building.
is just something that you can't explain. And
Yeah, but
the
Kenny-
sense of everyone in the yard freaking out when the mask gets pulled out and him turning around is something that is just a
But
new level of intelligence.
If Michael Myers had an iron rod stabbed through his face, he would not be able to survive that.
He survived worse.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, getting trapped in a burning building's pretty bad.
We don't
But
know.
he's
We
been
don't know. We don't know.
stabbed,
We don't
he's
know.
Been,
He wasn't.
He's been burnt to a crisp before. I mean, he's went through some bad stuff. Let me tell you.
Let's check the comment.
All right. Yep. Okay, wait, hang on. Wait. Really? That your house is haunted? Yeah, Steven. There's some weird stuff going on. I don't know. We thought we were home alone, but I don't know what's going on. There's more leaves falling. I don't know. I thought we heard something earlier, but I can kind of see the reflection on the screen. But there's something walking around for sure.
Yeah.
But there's things falling from the sky and there's things behind your doors. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to check it out maybe soon. But if Michael's here, it's fine. Just I'm an ally.
Yeah.
Michael.
We made
You're
sure.
not the way.
We made him sure that we're an ally.
Yeah. But why don't we go into some more depth about why don't you say why Pennywise will win this matchup?
And like I said, I think Pennywise he's not human. He has a lot more tricks he can use. He has basically the reality stone he can use in his own way. Obviously not using the reality stone, but his own form of the reality stone. He also can shapeshift. He can basically use fear against anything that he tries to go after. And again, we don't really know what Pennywise is. We don't really know what Michael Myers' fear is. We should probably say hi to those.
Well, it's a live stream.
Hey, Gracie. Hey, Dolly. Hey, guys.
Get some neighbor dogs talking about.
But basically, I was gonna say, but the deadlights though are the main reason why Pennywise wins this fight, hands down. No questions about it. We should just show these two on the live stream.
Well, I don't know if they want to be on it.
You
let me just first give the kind of final thoughts on that. So Michael, the reason Michael will win this fight is because obviously he's fearless. He has no fears. Pennywise feeds on fear, and that's what he's really intrigued in anyway. And he really wouldn't even probably look Michael's way because of how fearless he is. He has extreme strength, extreme durability, some amazing feats, and he knows the way to kill Pennywise. I mean, obviously he has no fears, so it's going to be difficult to kill him in the first place, to even really scare him at all, but he's going to go right in, rip out his heart, and he won't even need to talk, because all he has to do is just rip out his heart and crush it, and that's how he defeats him in the end.
Steven just said that Michael Myers eats dogs.
I don't know about that.
Michael Myers has killed dogs, so you're right about that.
Yeah, that's negative, obviously, but, well, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not obviously saying that's a good thing.
I know. Yeah, yeah, but basically, we got trick-or-treating starting soon. We're gonna, I guess we're handing out candy, but
Just keep an eye out though for Michael Myers out there. This is his night. Usually he comes out to attack at these times.
we've got a appearance on our dog here, I guess.
The hot dog here.
Can you even see the guys there on there?
Can you? Yeah. Let's go, Don.
Alright. Well, no, at first, make sure, oh, someone's coming. Make sure you actually rate your vote right now. Who would win, Michael or Pennywise? Put it in rate your comment, and we can see, I've already seen.
State your case.
I've seen a Michael Myers and a Pennywise. Yeah, don't have to state your case. You at least just rate the name. I can put a poll up later today. But at least people that are in, you can rate, again, if you already did, whether Pennywise will win or Michael would win. And if you say Michael, then you're good. If you say Pennywise, then Michael might be near you. Okay, no, But yeah, make sure you write your comment and who you think would win. And if there's any questions, we meant to do Ghostbusters yesterday.
Yeah.
Some stuff went down.
We'll still get on that. We'll still get to
Yeah.
that review will be coming out at some point, along with a lot of other reviews too, and a lot of other obviously stuff you like to see on this channel as well, like matchups.
Yeah.
I really think we should do a monster match, monster tournament thing with all the different demons, like things from like
Yeah.
horror films, because there's a lot of ones that we like, and we're big horror fans. So again, this is a
Maybe
tough
I'll
matchup because
follow
I feel like I'm a big Michael Myers fan. Wait,
Goodness gracious.
hopefully someone's. Okay, well, thanks for watching.
Well, you can wrap what you're saying.
Yeah, so basically there's a lot of demons, a lot of things that we can like do debates between, like the ram versus the red face guy. I don't know if we done that one before. I'm not sure we have or not.
I don't think so. Well,
But-
we did Ram versus None.
Yeah, so there's a lot of matchups to do, a lot of cool things in the Insidious world, the Conjuring world, and hopefully we'll get a lot more additions to those matchups here when Conjuring 3 comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully there'll be another Insidious coming out at some point, but there's also more Insidious themes that we haven't even talked about yet. So lots of cool stuff to talk about, lots of cool things to do.
Yeah,
So,
there's definitely, we meant to review Ghostbusters, some things fell through. We can definitely get to that. And obviously, through November, we're doing some kaiju matchups. We could maybe do a different matchup with either some other things. I know in March, we'll hopefully be doing or Monster Madness again. And then by December, we might be doing a Christmas series. I don't know. Maybe we could do some
Yeah.
kind of series like that
yeah.
for December. But yes, let me finish off reading some comments, and we will close off this versus live stream. So Steven said it's obviously Michael Myers is a cat person because he kills dogs. Yeah, well that's true. He must be.
Good point.
And then, yeah, so maybe if he's afraid of dogs, maybe Pennywise turned into a dog. I don't know. Except I don't really think he's afraid, but because like I said, he doesn't have any fear. But
No, we know it.
yeah, basically, I said Michael Myers winning this matchup.
I think Pennywise wins this matchup hands down. And worst case scenario, if Michael Myers was getting some good shots in, was wearing him down a little bit, all Pennywise would have to do is just do the deadlights move and have that bass drop. And once the bass drop hit, just roll the credits because the fight will be ending. So
Yeah, but he had his own bass drop, bringing in his Michael Myers remix music.
actually, that's the last question we'll ask: is what's more of a boss shot? Michael Myers putting on that mask.
It's good. It's good.
Michael Myers putting on that mask, or to that like the piano playing, or him turning around the corner with that like electric guitar sound, or Pennywise with the deadlights and the bass drop. So
No, it's not even close.
thanks for watching, guys, and let us know down in the comments what you guys think about this matchup, who you think wins and why. And again, stay tuned for a lot more content to come here coming out soon, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Actually,
Bye, guys.
it's a live stream.
And happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween, guys. Have a great Halloween and be safe out there because this is when Michael Myers is out and about.
It's true.
And
It's his day.
this is his night.
So just pay your respect and it'll be fun.
Yep. Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Bye, guys. How do I close this off? What is
My
happening?
face is still.
Oh my gosh, what is happening?
Well, thanks, guys.
Well, we're trying to close it.
There's no way to close.
Okay, nice. So
There's an X. There's an X.
this is interminable. No, that's not it. I see your eyeball, Jake.
Yeah.
Okay. See you guys.